Dan, we are getting into spring and getting into summer, but down here in Ohio, we have an extra season, and it is called road construction season.
Oh, you have that down there too? Yep. We have
Yeah,
that in Wisconsin. It seems like all year long. It's the longest season of the year.
we get these orange barrels that just sprout out of the ground.
April showers bring orange barrels.
Yeah, it's orange barrel season, and we have a lot of construction going on. The one route that I take on pretty much my daily route is Interstate 680. It goes around, it's the outer belt for the city of Youngstown. Good heavens, they got just it pretty much all shut down. If you can get onto it, you can't get off of it, and you can't get onto it. Everything's closed.
We have the same thing with one of the main highways here. They've shut down one lane, and then they made the other lane like divide into separate. Like if you're in this one lane, you have to exit.
Yeah.
So there's always people slamming on their brakes trying to get out of that lane because they didn't realize they were in that lane and had to exit. It's a mess.
Yeah. It's going to be closed for 2 years for this project. For 2 years, it's going to be closed. It's just, and if you live in the Mahoning Valley, probably Interstate 680 is on your route. You got to get onto it, to get from here to there. You can't get there from here without getting on to 680, and it's going to be closed for 2 years. 2 years, Dan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then out here where I live in the farmlands, so this area of Ohio in the upper right-hand corner, it's flat. It's all farmland. And when this land was first surveyed, they cut these roads into them, and they were like this 5-mile grid work. So all of our state roads follow these grid works, and it's all, it's the state routes now, north, south, and then the east to west. And they're all 5 miles apart, and they're all straight, and it's flat. And do you have bridges up there in Wisconsin?
Yes.
We have these things called bridges too, but then there's like a creek that runs under the road, and it's a big creek, but it's not big enough to put up a bridge. So they put in, is it a culvert? Is that what it's called? Do you use that term?
Yep. I believe so. Yeah.
A big pipe. It's not like at the end of your driveway, if you have a ditch, you put in like a 12-inch pipe that maybe a dog could climb through and come out the other side. These culverts, the pipe is like you could walk through it.
Yeah.
It's that big, but it's not a bridge. It's just a pipe that they lay in the creek, and then they put the road over top of it.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So on one of our main roads or state roads out here, they're replacing a culvert, and they've put up the signs that they're getting ready to close this road so that they can replace this culvert. And they have it scheduled to be closed for the entire summer. 3 months. The road's going to be closed to replace this culvert.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, if you're local, there's like ways around it. You can take some side roads, these backcountry roads, and get around it. But the real published detour is, a 5-mile north, 5-mile west, 5 miles south to get back onto that road again.
Oh.
For semis and stuff that can't go onto these weight limited roads. It's going to be closed for 3 months to replace a culvert. And that got me thinking, Dan.
Yeah, it's got me wondering. I don't know about thinking, but yeah, that's a long time.
3 months. So it got me thinking. And I have a friend that works for ODOT. And I mean, he's not in management or anything, but he pretty much knows what's going on. And I said to him, and I'm serious, I'm not being, flippant here or nothing. I says, hey, I said, this road's going to be closed for 3 months to replace this culvert. And I just have a simple question. Why can't this project be completed in one day?
Or a weekend or some, yeah.
Uh, a weekend, and I'm thinking by lunch. Why why does it take 3 months to replace a stupid pipe under the road? I mean, serious. Can't you coordinate this? Couldn't this be done by lunch? You just come in, you shut the road down, you get a big excavator and dig out the old pipe, you lay in a new pipe, you pour in the gravel and you pave over top of it, put in new guardrails, and you're gone. Why does it take 3 months, Dan?
Yeah. I could see a couple days because one day to remove, one day to put back in, one day to finalize. But 3 months, yeah, that is a
3
long
months.
time.
Yeah. Well, he said he had a whole list of reasons why.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah. Ranging from like serious, like turtle migration, you know, um, the inspection of the concrete. It has to, the concrete has to be inspected and the this and the that. But, we always blame the government, but the government technically isn't doing this job. They contracted out to private contractors. And he had said, that they're always juggling different projects and they'll string one out so that they can make money somewhere else.
Yep.
And so that project sits empty for a while. No one's doing anything on it, but the road's closed. So I don't know. I just think if I had a magic wand, I wouldn't even need a magic wand. I'm saying if you said, Joe, we got to get this fixed, I would have it done by lunch.
But see, that's the thing is I think there's more incentive to make it last. I think you make more if you make it last longer. The quicker you get it done, the less you get paid, probably. Or
Could
the
be.
less you make.
Yeah, I kind of thought that these contractors, they bid to do this job for X,
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably how it works.
$100,000. And then the state or whoever it is says, okay, you got 3 months to do it. And then if they
Yep.
don't do it in so long, then they start docking them pay. But I just don't. Maybe I see things too simplistic, or maybe it's because I'm on the outside looking in. But I think sometimes too that's a valuable insight. It's valid
Yes.
to have someone who's disinterested, that isn't in the weeds, that can just look at it from a distance and say, I could have it done by dinner time. Let's go.
Yeah, or the bid should include provisions like if you finish this within this time frame, you get this X number of dollars. If it takes longer, you get less. So like
Yeah.
there is an incentive to get it done as soon as possible because it does inconvenience those living in the area.
Gee whiz, you're telling me.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 680 is closed for the summer for 2 years. And then we got some state roads out here. We closed all summer long because of a pipe going under the road. I'm just saying, why does it have to take so long, Dan?
That doesn't make much sense. But I do understand it because that seems to be with any construction, it's always taking longer and it just never ends.
Yeah.
It never ends.
I kind of have that attitude about myself though too. I've been in like I'll go into a Burger King or something, and it's just not running properly. The store's filthy and there's no one working there, and I'm standing there thinking, you give me the weekend and I'll have this store straightened out in 2 seconds. I've always considered myself a problem solver, and you put me into a situation like that, I will fix it. You may not like
Yeah.
the outcome, but I will fix it, man.
Get her
All
done.
summer long to replace a pipe. Gosh, telling you.
Yeah, when I go out and see those orange barrels and all that traffic and things going on, I'm always thankful I work from home.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Well, you can attest I'm usually on the road every day with my deliveries, and my general area where I live, all of the money is due south of me. So I I always think that my truck has a sensor in its grill. It can smell where all the money's at, and so we
Ooh.
always seem to be driving south towards the more affluent suburbs. That's where all the restaurants are, and where all of my type of residential customer is.
I know where some of the money isn't, and that's in my bank account.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you
You
have
may
some
have heard
expenses.
from my previous video, but I got dinged with a $15 service fee
Ugh,
for
God.
not having my balance above $2,000.
Oh
That they just put into
God.
place last. They just put this into place last month, and I guess I missed the email or the letter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, $15 service fee, which I don't know what service they would be needing to do to my, to my account.
Boy. Yeah.
And I know you love fees.
Oh, that's what you just made my chest get tight now, because I'm reliving my $6 incident in Connecticut. Gosh. Yeah, these fees. That tells me a couple things, Dan, that the management team of your bank is lazy. And number two is that's an easy problem for you to solve.
Yes, you are correct on both, and I've already solved it. And it's just a pain in the butt, and it just makes me, it's like the little guy is always getting it, stuck to him. I mean,
Yes.
if they're going to require me to keep 2,000 of my dollars for them to hold on to, shouldn't I be getting something for it?
Yeah. Well, that used to be the way it was. I guess some people call it progress, huh?
Yeah.
Good heavens. Yeah, and on top of it too, whenever I see something like that, for instance, that hotel group, they were privately held, but I couldn't figure out how much, their management team makes. But these publicly traded banks, they're all you got to do is just Google how much does the CEO of Bank X make, and then you see, like $32 million they made last year. And then you'll find that they're reducing their payroll and their
Yep.
staff in the office and all their locations. They're driving their customers to online banking and ATMs and electronic stuff so they don't have to pay for payroll. But that CEO makes a boatload of money.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to nail John Q. Public, with a BS fee for their graciousness of them to hold your money for you.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah.
And it's just something like, we talk a lot about starting small businesses or getting into, like, say, starting a small firewood business. I mean, that to me would be something that you wouldn't even have on your radar. Like, I would think, okay, I need to do this, this, and this. I'm going to open a business account. I'm going to be legit. Oh, wait a minute. I need to make sure that I keep $2,000 or $5,000 or whatever it is for that bank
Yeah.
in my account. Like, it's just, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous.
So it's an easy problem to solve. If you're asking me for my opinion, I would immediately close my account and I would go find another bank. There's a bunch of them out there. And, different banks have different objectives. And, some banks have a sweet spot for business startups, and they recruit small businesses to bank with them because they would love to grow along with you. And then there's other banks that stand in judgment of you, and they would just prefer that they not even mess with your account. You're just another terabyte of data and a decimal point to them. They would rather devote all their time to keeping Ford Motor Company's money instead of yours.
Yep.
So yeah, I would just say there's just way too many options out there. And then now with the online banking and stuff, these online banks, find a bank that is compatible with a small business, a business that, you can keep your money. You can open up a bank account or a checking account. They don't have all of these stupid fees that just nickel and dime you to death, you're still not going to get interest.
Yeah.
I'm old. Remember the day when banks used to pay interest.
Yeah.
But
No.
we've done away with that too. That made too much sense, evidently.
Yeah, I've already found a new bank. I've begun the process of moving stuff over. It's just, it's I have to make sure I track down and account for everything that I had tied going in and coming out of this one account. It's just,
Yeah, it's a
another
pain.
inconvenience.
It's stress and pain because you got all of your your online payments for your house and your electric, everything's routed into one bank and to this and to that, and your ATM cards and paying your taxes, your sales taxes, all this stuff. And now you got to change everything. I
Yep.
understand. But to me, that $15 would be worth it.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely is. And like I said, I still don't understand the lot. Like what does it cost them? How does it cost them $15 to not have, like where does that come from?
Yeah. I think you're looking at it wrong though, Dan. They are charging you $15 a month because they can. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah, that is why. I've always said that you can have anything in life you want if you're willing to pay for it. And as long as people are willing to pay $15 a month for a bank account, it's going to continue.
Yep.
We keep paying these fees to stay at a hotel or at a resort or wherever. It's just going to continue. And that is the direction. That's what you might have heard me say this in the past, is that we are witnessing, I think, back to back generations of the laziest corporate leadership our country has ever seen. There is no innovation. There is no creating new markets. There's no creating new products, investing in our neighborhoods, investing in our people. It is squeezing, running on thin margins, cutting payroll, digitalizing everything, and putting fees on everything to just maximize profits.
And
Yeah.
yet going out and promoting and advertising that this bank says we support small business.
Yes. Yeah, they do
No, you
not
don't.
support small business. Yeah. But it's just not the banks. I had that problem at that print shop. I was looking for someone to do some printing for me. And the lady was like, she was polite, but she pretty much said, "Go away. We don't mess with small potatoes like you."
Yeah.
And she literally said, "When you get bigger with more volume, come back. We'd love to talk to you." But that, the answer to that is no. You will never see me again. And then I did find another printer, and we've had a great relationship. It happened to me with T-shirts. I was ordering smaller replenishments for my T-shirts that I was selling online, and the guy was annoyed with me. He was annoyed that I was wanting to give him my money, and then so I
Yep.
just left him. And the one year I sold like 600 T-shirts in 1 year, and this guy lost all of that because he didn't want to fool around with me while I was growing.
Growing. Yeah. When you
Yeah.
were growing and building your business, he didn't want any part of it.
No. Yeah. So I don't know. To each their own. Whatever your business model is, go for it. But that doesn't mean that you have to participate in it. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to, that you can still be a consumer and find a product that is in your best interest. Yeah.
Yep.
Dump that bank.
I
Yeah.
called all over to many, many different branches and banks, and none of them offered a hobbyist account. So I was not able to open one.
No?
Unfortunately.
Uh-huh. You should open up your own bank.
The HCU, the Hobbyist Credit Union.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
That's another thing I could never run as a bank. I would say,
Man.
well, yeah, it's like, well, we're a couple cents short on your account again this year, but it might turn up next month.
We'll find it somewhere. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Oh my God, that just burns me when I hear that. Fees. Gosh.
I wonder what the fee will be if they don't finish that culvert in time. Nothing.
Yeah, boy, nothing. There won't be nothing.
Nothing left.
Yeah, all summer long to replace a pipe in the road.
Yeah, that really does seem crazy because I've seen videos from other countries where they go out and they just get stuff done. Like there was a whole road I saw replaced in like one night.
Yeah. I remember this was back in the 1990s. Remember it was the World Series in Oakland and they had the big earthquake and it interrupted the World Series for like a week. And like that big highway system, it's like a double-decker highway
Yeah.
that goes all the way through San Francisco, just like pancaked. And they had it replaced in like a month or 2 months or something. It was like an entire highway span of bridges. And I was like, wow, when you got to get something done, you can get it done. I saw, what was that? China or somewhere, they built a hospital over a weekend. It was like an entire hospital and it was ready to open for business like, the next day.
Jeez. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
some crazy stuff like that. Yep.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't know. When something needs to get done, I have found that you get it done. That one, here's a guy on YouTube. He's kind of like a motivational speaker. Eric Thomas is his name. He's really good. And he was saying how the best trapeze artists are the ones that don't use a net. So like if you have no
they only make
net,
a mistake once.
yeah, if you have nothing to fall back on, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
Yeah. Well,
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the ones that failed, we just don't hear from them ever again.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you never see him again. Oh my.
Oh boy. Well, I would recommend anyone out there too, because we do have a lot of people that have small businesses or they're looking into it. You might stumble upon the wrong bank and it just beats you down. I've always said when you're looking at getting a business started, you are very vulnerable. And it doesn't take much to get knocked off your vision. And then you just say the heck with it. Be alert for that, because there are businesses out there that could give two hoots about you and would prefer not to do business with you. My firewood's like that. I don't want to do business with people that need boiler wood. It's not my thing.
Yep.
So just because it's not, I'm not the right service for you doesn't say anything about you. It just means you got to find the right supplier. And I'm not it. So there's businesses out there. There's banks. There's marketing firms and HR firms, whatever it is that you're doing that may not be the right fit for you, but just because they aren't doesn't mean they all aren't. Find the right one.
Yep. And I might have we might have to circle back to this story again because I'm in the process of trying to find a new place to print and produce my boxes for mini firewood. And
wow.
I kind of have that fear of they're going to say, well, we don't deal with small potatoes like you. You need to order, 10,000 box minimum order.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, yeah, I would just tell you there's just way too many other places out there to go to than to screw around with the wrong one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this place is local. They're right up the road. So I'm going to give them a shot. I'm going to see what they can do.
There you go.
And if not, I will pursue
I would
other
say
options.
You can't beat local too, because then if it's based on a relationship, that's different. You can really go and tailor a product much better when you personally know the person. Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Dan.
Well, road construction and fees.
Uh-huh.
Both of them stick it to the little man.
Yeah, I could use my state road right around now, and then the outer belt of Youngstown. Gee whiz, what a mess.
Oh, and taking those detours, 15-mile round detour.
Right.
Probably doesn't feel as good when you're pulling up to the pump and seeing the prices currently.
Yeah. I complain about it, but honestly, there's two things in this world I don't worry about, and that's the price of food and the price of gas. You got to have both.
Oh,
So
I know.
just move on. Yep. I got
Yeah.
other things I can worry about, Dan, than that.
Like, what is not getting done in the wood yard today? That's what I'm worried
Yeah.
about.
Well, dry ground is not getting done. It's
Yeah,
been raining a lot out here in
oh,
Northeast Ohio. I tell you, gee whiz.
that's right. Sprouting those orange barrels.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Dan. Well, how about let's I don't know, pay our fee to strike up the band.
Cha-ching! Strike up the band. There we go. And thanks everyone for tuning in to the Wood Hounds, the #1 firewood podcast in the world.
Yeah. And after you pay your fee, we would appreciate it if you would give us a 5-star review. Dan, that's just like the bank, Here, let me charge you to hold on to your money
Yes.
while I use your money to lend to other people. I will charge you a fee for that service. All right. We could drag this out longer here, or we could just say this, Dan. Pay
Your fee.
But probably you better not,
Pay your fee.
because then you can have
A great day.